Sometime last week or thereabout, the Minister of Education actually wanted to increase. I think they wanted to increase the WAEC form from 27,000 to 50,000. The money is huge. He talked about how expensive, things for preparing, the materials for preparing for exams, how expensive they are. And for that reason, students would henceforth, start paying 50,000 naira instead of 27,000. But the question now is, it's good, at least to improve the standard of education in Nigeria. And but my own concern now is not even the increasing the standard. The problem, I'm looking at the affordability. You understand the affordability of this 50,000 we are talking about, because there are some parents, some home, who could not afford this 50,000 naira of a thing. People from the rural area, from the villages, that our children wants to go to higher institution. Where would they get 50,000 naira? Even the 27,000 naira itself, some are struggling. Some families are struggling to get that 27,000. How much more? 50,000 naira they are proposing. It's good, because now things has gone up. Inflation has, eat up almost everything in the country now. I can understand all that, but I think the federal government should just think about the poor ones, because doing this now, that means they are depriving the poor from going to school. That's what it is. Depriving the poor from going to school. That is, school now will not be for the privileged ones. What about the privileged ones? And then when they make that proposal, the country, everybody, how to react. The backlash from the people actually made the federal government, to revert on the previous decision on the increment. But I believe they will still increase it, but they are just testing the waters. I know with time they will increase it, but they should consult, at least they should do a serious consultation, because you don't just come out and just increase the WAEC fee just like that. It's not done. Please, let the needful be done. And the 50,000 naira is much. It's much. It's not much to compare to the development when it comes to educational aspects. But my own concern is the poor ones. The poor ones who are not privileged enough. I would like you to listen more.
When we say education is the key, should the price of getting that education keep becoming the lock? Because that was the debate across Nigeria after the proposed increase in WAEC and NECO registration fees. And now, after days of criticism from parents, students, and education stakeholders, the federal government has suspended the plan. Now, before anybody says problem solved, let us add some context. A few weeks ago, the Ministry of Education proposed increasing registration fees for the 2027 WAEC and NECO examinations from 27,000 naira to 50,000 naira. The government explained that the increase was necessary because the cost of conducting examinations has gone up. I'm talking about printing examination materials, logistics, security, technology, and quality assurance. And if we're being honest, all of this cost far more today than they did years ago. And to be fair, that's not a strange argument. Inflation has affected almost every sector. But here's where Nigerians pushed back. For many families, paying school fees is already a struggle. Add transport, uniforms, textbooks, lesson fees, and feeding, and some parents are already stretched beyond their limits. So when people heard that examination registration could almost double, many simply asked, how many families will this push out of the education system? Now, following the backlash, the Ministry of Education says it has now withdrawn the proposal for now. According to the ministry, the Minister of Education directed that the planned increase be suspended to allow wider consultations with stakeholders, including examination bodies, school owners, parents, labor unions, and education experts before any final decision is made. Now, the government insists this isn't about abandoning the idea completely. Rather, it wants any future decision to be transparent, financially sustainable, and mindful of the country's current economic realities. Now, for me, I believe education is supposed to create opportunities, not become another privilege that only those who can afford get to enjoy. So, over to you guys. Do you think the government was right to suspend the proposed increase? Or do you believe higher examination fees are inevitable if Nigeria wants to maintain credible national examinations?
And whatever you think, please drop your comment on the comment section. And if today is your first time, please subscribe, like, press the notification button for more information. Thank you.